Welcome to Monkey See,
Mug review.
where we are going to continue with Hawkeye, second episode, Hide and Seek.
So if you have not watched that episode yet, please go watch it because spoilers will commence now.
Now, everybody dies. No,
Yeah. If only.
if only.
Yeah.
I'm struggling, bro. Like this, I know we're only 2 episodes in, and I know we're only getting 6 episodes total. But so far, man, it's just not like jiving with me.
It's a different tone
Very.
For the series, and they're trying to do the holiday spirit and things like that. I think they just got too much going on.
I think that might be part of my problem with it is when I found it was going to be set during the holidays, I was actually pretty excited for it. I was like, oh, this is going to be like a great little thing that maybe they'll continue. Like we'll get us, a new series every year set in a Christmas tone because we know we've got the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special coming up soon.
Yep.
Or, well, I say soon, 2023, I think it's 2022, 2023.
Something else coming out.
So, but I was expecting, okay, this is going to be fun. And it just has not grabbed me yet.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is, but I need a little pickup on this.
Well, hopefully the next 4 episodes should pick up where they leave off on this one.
Well, this one leaves off on a very high note, which
Yeah.
we're going to get to. Yeah. So, but I'm hoping. I'm really hoping.
If it wasn't for Jeremy, this whole series would probably be a wash.
Yeah. Jeremy Renner is the saving grace.
Yeah.
I'm excited about some of the characters that they're bringing in, which we'll get to in this episode. But it's still just like, okay, we're going somewhere. Okay. Can we get there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, starting this episode off, we pretty much pick up where the last episode left off, and it's Clint wrestling somebody in the Ronin costume, and of course we know it's Kate, and he's about to just lay into this person, drags him down an alley, and she pulls the mask off. He's like, "It's a girl,
Crap.
a young girl."
Yep. Like, are you okay? Are you good?
Like he goes into that automatic dad mode where
Yeah.
he's like, "Are you okay? Like, do we need to check on?" Yeah. So he's like, "Okay, where do you live?" Pretty much, and she's like, "Down this way." He's just like, "All right, let's go." So he's taking her back to her apartment so that she'll have a change of clothes so he can get the Ronin costume from her because he ain't about to leave it again. I really hope we do get a moment in this series where they give a real explanation as to how it got out of the Avengers compound. We know it got lifted from there, but I would love to see
how they did it.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was probably crews going in and cleaned up that whole site.
Yeah.
They probably thought a lot of it had been destroyed and buried.
Yeah.
And probably just afterthought.
Yeah.
Didn't think it would be out somewhere.
Yeah, I know, but I really just want to see it happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like somebody's actually there. Cleanup crew, wrecking crew. In the comics, wrecking crew is a power team that comes in. They all have superpowers. They're typically villains, but they've been reformed, and they have the contracts to go in and clean up all these big sites where there's been major destruction and things like that from like an in-game situation.
Well, it'd probably be Tony's people again.
Yeah. Well,
same thing from the Avengers, them cleaning up the city. So I'm assuming that he probably still has contracts. And
he may. I mean, Pepper Potts is running all that now.
yeah.
Ouch.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, they go back to her apartment, and he's like, "Go get changed. I want that suit right now."
At first, he was like, "Is this your place?"
Yeah.
I inherited it. What are you, 18? 22.
Yep.
Same thing.
Same thing. In his world, there's no difference. Yeah.
You're a young kid.
But that also indicates that because she was 10 years old when the first Avengers movie happened and the New York City was attacked. So she's 22 now. It's 12 years later. It's 2024. So it's been, so she's one of the few people that, half of the universe that was not blipped. So that's a very interesting point that we're dealing with 2 people who were not blipped.
Mm-hmm.
In the first, like every other series we've had so far, people have been blipped and we're having to deal with the fallout from that. This is a completely different situation where they weren't. So we're seeing how 2 people reacted in those situations. So,
But you haven't really found out anything about her during that time at all.
Right. No, nothing yet. Well, outside of the original first episode where she's winning all the medals and
Yeah,
training. That's it.
yeah.
So
But I'm not sure if that's in the 5-year time frame.
right.
The world
sure-
changed majorly in that point. I'm
I'm
not
sure
sure.
she's still doing some training, but
Probably some training, but I'm not sure if they had tournaments and things still.
right, exactly. Just how big the
Yeah, 'cause I'm
competition
assuming that
field
New
that
York-
was.
New York probably got hit pretty hard.
Yeah, dude. Can you
Through that
imagine
whole thing?
half of New York being gone in a minute?
Hey, you can actually drive it down the street.
Right, exactly. Still can't drive. Still got road rage.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just trying to move all the cars that were left
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Goodness.
It's abandoned Ferrari. Okay, I'll take that.
Exactly. Somebody's left their Lambo sitting here. It's mine.
Dibs.
You got blipped. Drive off in it.
Yep.
So they go back into. She brings the suit down to him. He takes it. He sits it on the back of one of the chairs. She's living in an apartment above a pizza shop.
Yep.
And in the comic book, he was the one who lived in that
Apartment.
He was the one in the apartment above a pizza shop and things like that. So it's a very little interesting twist where they're taking a lot of the aspects from the comics that was his and giving them to her and back and forth. But in the comics, he doesn't have a wife and 3 kids.
Yeah, I would say he probably didn't have a family. So different.
So, very different. Tracksuit Mafia shows up, throwing Molotov cocktails. One makes it in, actually sets the apartment on fire. He knocks out the window as they're throwing. Another one knocks out the window, literally grabs it, throws it right back at him. Beautiful. Then third person is about to throw one. She shoots an arrow over Clint's shoulder through the Molotov cocktail.
Yep.
Explodes it right there. And he turns around and she's just like, told you I was the best in the world. So it was like, okay. He's like, all right, you got some skill.
Yeah, not me, but
Yeah. So they leave the apartment. The fire trucks are coming. Tracksuit Mafia takes off, but he leaves the suit there.
Yeah, because everything's on fire. He's like,
everything's
"No,
on fire.
We
He's
gotta
like,
get out of here.
Get the dog, get the girl, get out.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, this is kind of how their day's going. Just not really getting some home runs here. So they leave town or leave, and he's just like, "You got anywhere else we can go?" And she's like, "Well, my aunt has an apartment across town." So they go over there, and the name on the door buzzer, I don't have it written down. I forgot to write that down. Is actually the name of the woman who was an actress in Hollywood in the comics. So she helped start the West Coast Avengers in the comic books. So there's lots of little nerd details and things dropped in there. One of the names on there is Jones, so people are like speculating, could that be a tie to Jessica Jones? So it'd be very interesting to see.
I thought her apartment was the one that was Jones. No? Okay.
No, because when you actually go into the apartment, there is a picture on the wall that has the name of the actress
Okay.
on the
didn't see
picture. Yeah, it's really one of those, if you don't pause it at the right time, you'll miss it.
Okay.
So pretty cool, interesting. He's like, okay, you stay here. I'm out of here. I'm going back to get it. He goes back to get the suit, sneaks in, throws on some, fire department clothes, sneaks in, and it's gone. He's like, oh, this is not going my way.
Yep.
So heads back downstairs. He puts the suit back, the fireman hat and jacket, and he closes the door and he sees NYC LARPs.
Yep.
LARP is live action role play. It's essentially what you will see people go to the park, dress as wizards and elves and knights and ninjas and all sorts of stuff, and then just like pretty much Nerf sword beat the fool out of each other.
Yep.
Okay. I've got friends who've done it. They really enjoy it. I'm like, hey, more power to you.
Yep.
If I'm going to hit somebody with a sword, it's going to be a real one. That's just how
Yeah. All right, Swordmaster.
Right, exactly. So he's like, okay. So he goes back to where Kate's at. He's talking to her. She's like, you got any leads? He's like, I've got one. She's like, what is it? He's like, I'm not telling you. Why would I tell you? You're the cause of all this.
Yep.
So, yeah, proceeding going forth. She goes up, goes to bed. He's sitting on the couch. He Googles that group, finds a Instagram account connected to this guy. His name is Grills. And he's sitting there and he's talking to the camera. Oh, yeah. Then he split screens it. He goes into the Ronin suit. He's like, I got y'all now. I'll see y'all this weekend.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. So next morning they get up, and he's walking her across town to go to work where her mother is the owner of a security company.
Yep. So she'll be safe there, blah, blah, blah.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
So he's like, okay, that's fine. He takes off, goes back to where his kids are staying. He's just like, y'all are going home today. Congratulations. And they're just like, but we don't want to. And then we see the youngest son, Nate, actually sign language, I love you, Dad, to him. And it just is another reaffirming moment driving it home that he's a family man. And his family is learning to communicate with him
Because he
now
is going
because
deaf.
he has gone deaf
Yep.
or is going deaf
Yep.
in the process of. So it was really good moment. I like that. Like those little moments like that really stick out to me. Like, oh,
Which is very interesting because they brought sign language into the MCU a lot
yes,
lately. So
Yes.
I
and even more so by the end of this episode.
yeah, which I thought was really cool.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
We saw it in Eternal. We're seeing it here. We're definitely seeing the Marvel Cinematic Universe go more diverse as far as people who have unusual special needs being brought in, which I am completely in tune for because of the fact that they're having to really change the way they have actually filmed a lot of things and traditionally
Yes.
done things
Yeah.
to make it more accessible for these
Yeah.
people to be able to continue their career in this.
Yeah.
So he sends them off. He then decides, okay, it's time for me to go get this suit. He's heading down into this
The park.
the park, into Central Park, and there he's like, okay, I'm heading. He's going down. He finds where they're at. He starts to just walk over to him, and this woman just steps in front of him. You can't come in here. He's just like,
Literally,
I really just got to talk to that guy for 5 minutes.
yeah, take 2 minutes. He sold a suit. I need it back.
Yeah.
Well, I know who you are, but these are also, firefighters, police officers. If you break the rules, it's not going to be good. And I love his little,
Yeah.
what are the rules?
Yeah. He's like, what time will they be done? He's like, they're like midnight. I
not gonna work for
can't
me.
wait that long.
Not going to work for me.
And they're like, okay, well, you got to sign up and go in. And he's like, oh. Yeah.
What's your name? No. Email? Classified.
Yep.
Just let me sign it, and we'll be done with this.
Oh, so he goes in, and this is probably one of the highlights of the whole episode.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
I'm going to say this is probably one of the highlights of the series
So far, this is the best thing they've done.
So,
Just because it's so funny, because you go from fighting Thanos, which he makes
Yeah.
that reference.
Yeah,
I fought Thanos. And now I'm out here pretending,
yes.
really.
I think it's great. I would absolutely be that guy, too. It's like, you've got me out here pretending to kill all these people.
Yeah.
And my body count is more than what this park holds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Knowing his history and knowing what he's done. And we also know what he did while he was Ronin during those 5 years.
We know some of it.
Yes, some of it.
Yeah, we know that he
We
was a
have
bad
a
man.
really good idea of, that count.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw him take out 20 people in, 3 minutes in Endgame?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah.
So he's walking through the park and, somebody charges him. He just parries / dead. Parry / dead. Parry / dead. And then, a group comes at him. And he literally goes into slow-mo, and it's hilarious. He does this big, swooping, circular motion and kills, all these people. And everybody's just like, oh. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then he finally makes it over to Grills, who has the Ronin suit on. And he's just like, give me my suit.
Well, he was at first, he's like, you Hawkeye? Yeah. Yes. Here's what's going to happen. I'm either going to take this pretend sword, I'm going to hit you, I'm going to take the suit. Or I'm going to hit you in real life, it's going to hurt, then I'm going to take the suit. So what do you want to do?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dude, let me kill you.
No.
Come on, man. You're a real superhero. This is the closest thing I'm ever going to do to fighting a real superhero. Let's do it.
He's like,
Fine. No, that's when he's like, I fought Thanos.
yes. He makes that line.
Fine.
But it's even better because, everybody shows up to watch this duel go down.
Well, he tries killing him. He's just like, all right, just kill me. He's, well, no, we gotta fight to the death. And then they do the huddle,
Yeah.
and they all come and fight, come and watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, stupid.
It was fantastic. It was so great. It was
Drink
just
drink the potion.
she's literally holding her hands out like
a
she's
bottle.
holding a bottle.
Drink the potion.
And he's just like, I'm not doing that.
You won't reap the rewards. he didn't drink the potion. Well, why would he drink the potion?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, those little things like that humanize it, make it a little bit funnier for me. He pretty much sits there and dies.
Yeah, basically. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you gotta make it look good, man. You ready? Yes, please kill me. Please. I'm tired of this. All I want is the suit.
Oh,
so
goodness.
kill me.
Yeah.
Which I like their little moment at the end where he actually introduces himself to
Yeah.
Clint. And Clint's like, just call me Clint. And, he's like, all right, man, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
All right, appreciate you.
Yeah.
I'm going to go now.
Yeah. So in the comics, Grills was actually somebody who lived in the apartment complex.
Okay.
Yeah. So
nice little
they're
nod
tiny
out.
little nod outs, little
Little nod
ties
outs.
right there. It's really cool. We jump over to Kate meeting with her mother and meeting with her mother's fiance Jack, and they're at work. They all work in the same. her
Does he
mother-
work there?
I think he does. I think he might be a contractor or something like that who works it, but he's there all the time. Might as well have worked there.
Gosh, I didn't think he had a job.
I mean, he might not.
I thought he was just the fiance. I mean, that's her thing. I don't think he works there.
Well,
I think he was there
I
just-
think he has a job, but I don't think we're supposed to know what that job
Oh, yeah,
is.
yeah.
until
But, he didn't have a
later.
traditional job.
Right, yeah. He's not clocking it.
No.
No. So they're having a little exchange, and they decide, okay, we're going to have dinner tonight. She's like, fine. Fast forward, they are having dinner. She is hostile. Kate is so hostile towards Jack and towards her mother.
Yep.
She knows something's going on. She knows somehow her mother's fiance, Jack, is connected to Armand's death.
Yep. So they start talking about fencing, swords, things
Yes.
like that, and they actually fence.
Yeah.
And it was pretty interesting,
A little after dinner fencing,
Yeah,
sword
it's
play.
fun.
No big deal.
Since fencing's fun, if you've never done it, it's a fun little sport to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she beats him 3 times in a row. Mm-hmm. She knows the entire time. All right, you
Yeah.
are holding back.
Yeah.
You have more skill there than
Right.
you're letting on.
But that's another thing too. Is like he was obsessed with getting the Ronin sword. His apartment is covered in swords. Like
Swords.
there's swords in every direction. So after she beats him, she's getting mad, and he's just like playing off like, "Oh no, she's really good. She's really good." So she goes for a sneak attack, and he just out of reflex just
Deflects it.
deflects it, knocking the sword from her hand.
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh, no big deal."
Yep.
But the thing is, like, her mom is just like, "Oh, no big deal either." Like, "Oh, no, no." So
Don't trust them both.
I don't trust either one of them. Like, I don't trust either one of them.
No.
So it's crazy just how manipulative some of the situation is turning out to be.
Yeah.
As far as her family is situated.
Yeah. Because Jack knows something's going on too, and he is just playing it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, and then finally they go back in there, they're talking, and he offers her a butterscotch,
Yes.
which is,
Armand the Third
yeah.
on the label for the butterscotch. So she knows immediately
He was there.
that he was there.
Yeah.
Like that, there's no way to get around that. They kind of leave that situation. We transfer back over to Clint. Now he has he's talking to his wife, telling her the situation, and he's just telling her like, "Hey, she's like, so when you coming home?" He's like, "As soon as I deal with the tracksuits." So she's like, "Oh, you're."
Well, she
dealing with them
knows. I
again."
mean, she knows
She
about
is
Ronan, what he did in the past.
She's really knowledgeable.
Yeah, she knows
about
everything that
all the
he's
details.
done, yeah.
Which is really cool because you don't really expect that.
Yeah.
All that's top secret, but he's going home and he's telling his wife this.
I'm sure it's emotional too.
Absolutely, I'm sure that's probably his therapy. I wonder
Yeah.
if that might have been actually how they met. She might have been a
Yeah, because you don't
counselor
have
for
any
him.
backstory on
Yeah,
his
we
wife
have
at
none,
all.
none. Which I would actually love some backstory on that. I really want to know.
At first, when they opened up the series, I thought, like, all right, where's the wife at? Like, did
Yeah.
they not bring her into the series? Blah,
Yeah.
blah. And then it's like, okay, no, she's at home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of conversations that people were having before the series actually dropped that they're in the middle of a divorce. That's why she's not there and
Yeah.
he's with the kids. And
So that's not the case.
that is
thankfully.
not the case.
So,
So-
she knows he's hunting for the suit,
Yep.
why he's hunting for the suit, and, puts it in hiding.
Yep.
And then he
Takes it to a gym, puts it in the locker in the gym, and then just like walks away and calls his wife. They're talking, and then he gets pretty much jumped by the tracksuit mafia.
on purpose,
On
doing
purpose.
catch and release.
Yeah. So he's there. He's talking to them, trying to figure out more of like who's behind everything.
And then meanwhile, Kate's trying to get hold of him. I got clues, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Calls him, and then apparently, with her mom's company, can track cell phones through their company, tracks them down, goes there, and Clint obviously has the situation handled, but so she's on her way there.
Very reminiscent of Natalie in or Nat in Avengers when she's sitting there being interrogated by them.
Exactly.
And she's just playing him, and she gets a phone call. She's tied up to a chair, and they're like threatening to pull her teeth out, and she's just like, "What are you doing? I've got this guy. He's giving me everything. He's an idiot."
Which,
and he's like, "I'm not giving away everything."
Yeah. So Clint's sitting there
Very same situation.
Yeah, he's sitting there talking to these guys like y'all don't think I'm not the guy who you think I am.
Right.
Aren't you Hawkeye? Okay, maybe you do know who I am. But, I don't want to talk to you, right? I want to talk to your bosses.
Yeah.
Well, we want Kate Bishop. She's the guy. No.
Yeah. No.
She's not the guy. No. She's the guy.
Yeah.
No. Can we talk to your boss? Because I feel like I'm talking to furniture right now. Can I talk to the boss? Because I didn't come here to talk to you guys. I came here to talk to your boss. We kidnapped you. No, you really didn't.
Yeah, he just pulls his hand out from behind him, handcuffs are in his hand, he hands him back. He's like, "You're not really?"
No, I came here on purpose.
So they go. About that time is when Kate drops in.
Yeah, she falls through the skylight.
Yeah, and they're just like, "Okay, we have both of y'all." And he's just
I love the big guy. Hey, I found her.
It was great. It was definitely one of those moments where I was like, I would have been that guy too. Like,
so that actor, I don't know his name, but he's played a lot of like henchman roles. And I've seen a lot of things, but he's a pretty good actor. I enjoy him as that type of role.
Yeah.
He's always funny in those situations.
So they tie both of them back up.
Duct tape this time.
Yes. And then one of the guys, I think his name's Ivan.
The big guy that I like.
The big guy,
yeah.
So he turns and he leaves and he goes into a room and there's a woman standing there and he's talking to her and she is deaf.
Yep.
This is another deaf character.
Because she's in there listening to music, but she's feeling the vibration on the speaker.
Yes.
And there's a lot of speakers in there too.
Yes. But the room is also red, being lit by red.
Yep.
So there's a lot of speculation right now. Is she connected to the Red Room and was she trained by the Red Room like we saw Natasha Romanoff was?
Yeah.
We find out this is actually, her code name is Echo. Her real name is, oh my goodness. Her real name is Alaqua Cox. Cox. I can't remember how you pronounce her first name, but she is an actual deaf Native American, and she is a actual in real life deaf actress.
Yeah. So then that's the second time they brought in
an actual deaf actress to play a part. We saw it in the Eternals. We see it in this one.
Yep.
And so she turns around and he's talking to her, and you can tell that he don't know sign language because he's over enunciating himself real big.
Yeah, trying to like making sure.
Yeah. And I'm sure she's there.
So she's just like, okay,
yeah,
get out of here.
That character Echo has a lot of connections to Wilson Fisk in the comic books. So again, we come back to the big question: is are we going to get Kingpin? In this series?
Yeah, I saw some stuff today that said they're going to potentially bring him back in, and then maybe even have him act true to size, Kingpin, and have him wear like a fat suit or something like that, which I think would be cool. But I think if they do it right, they bring in the same guy from Daredevil because he's phenomenal.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So in the comics, he is extremely large, but it's not fat. He actually is muscle.
It's muscle, yeah.
So, but he's just so big it looks like it's fat. So I really hope that they do that in this series because it's a great way to tie that in to the ever expanding now MCU universe, and especially now on a ground level where we're getting the quote unquote normal people stories.
Yep.
So I'm really excited. I really want to. I wonder when we're going to get Echo, if she's going to turn to the good guys, or when is that going to happen? Because I know in the comics she's a vigilante. So I'm really excited.
I don't know. They said they've been teasing Punisher again. They've been teasing Daredevil again. Yes. And even Kingpin. So I even think I saw something about Iron Fist is coming back in, but they're recasting him as an Asian actor.
Okay.
and redoing that
I know.
whole story.
I know in the comic books, or in the comic books, we're about to get a new Iron Fist who's going to take on the mantle, and he is going to be of Asian descent.
Okay, maybe that's what I was reading.
Yeah.
But I thought they were going to recast
It
him
may
in the
be, but-
MCU and do an Asian actor
Yeah.
for it.
I'm here
I'm
for
down for it.
whatever. Yeah. Y'all haven't hurt my feelings yet. You know.
No.
I mean, it may take y'all some time to get some stories going, but y'all always pull.
Yeah,
it
because
through.
so far, the best series that they've done so far has been Loki, by
Yes,
far.
absolutely.
I mean, it's hands down, it's not even close.
Yeah, like
And
nowhere.
then WandaVision will probably be the next.
For me, it would be One
Yeah.
Division.
Just the way it ended. I didn't like how it started, but the way it ended.
Yes.
Really,
It really
really
took
well
off.
done.
It
Yeah.
really took off
Yeah.
after the second episode.
yeah. And then Falcon and Winter Soldier. It had its highlights and some points. Didn't end well. Like the second to last episode was by far better.
Than
It was
the
more of
actual
a season finale than the actual season finale.
Yeah.
In my opinion, because I was hyped
Yeah.
after that episode. I'm like, all right, I am so pumped for this next episode. And it was like, y'all were here, and we went way down here.
Yeah.
And it's just terrible.
Yeah. So I'm hoping we're going to get the reverse with Hawkeye, where we're getting the slow build in the beginning and getting a really big, and bringing in Kingpin will definitely take that up to a whole nother level. Bringing in those elements where we have the underworld, the mafia style things coming into the MCU, not just in Madripoor across the world,
But in New
but
York,
actually in New York, where we're going to see the effects of the battles from the heroes and villains on a street level basis, which I think is really where they're going to shine. That's
Yeah.
where they're going to create a new universe.
I'm
And-
all for it. 'Cause, I mean, they've been
Absolutely.
teasing even Charlie Cox coming back as
Yes.
Daredevil in
Yes.
the next Spider-Man film.
Yeah, there's been a lot of rumors he's going to be in it. So I'm not holding my breath on that just because there's so many rumors going
Yeah,
on
I mean,
about Spider-Man.
yeah, it's going to be interesting
Yeah.
on the 17th.
Yeah, our review for that one's going to be insane.
It's going to be fun, though.
Yes,
Like, that's probably the most hyped movie since Endgame.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And if they do it right, fans are going to love them.
Yes.
If they don't, fans are going to hate them.
Yes, they will never let it go.
Which is very interesting. Even Tom Holland saying he's done with Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's saying that he is done with Spider-Man, but the way he's wording it makes it sound like he's done in a different context. It's not as far as Spider-Man as a whole, but the home series, where they had
we'll see.
Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home. Like,
It'd be nice to
that
actually
he's
get some
done.
true Spider-Man films where it's just him, not dealing with Iron Man, things like that. Just
I would
true,
like to see a standalone story for him.
Yeah, true comic book villains, big guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, back to this. So, what'd you think about this episode?
I would probably give it a 4,
Yeah.
just because of the whole park scene. I enjoyed that. I thought they did a good job with it. I thought Jeremy did a really good job with it. And it kind of just showed, it humanized him a little bit, but also showed, throughout the whole episode how good he was as a spy.
Yeah.
Being in the background, like that's where he really thrived.
Yeah.
And being, in the spotlight a little bit harder for him.
Yeah, but they're definitely bringing in a lot of things about his past and just his experience with the spy and his wife being very connected with a lot of those things.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see where they're going to go with this as far as developing more of his backstory as well as his present story. So, but it's really interesting because we're getting so many new characters on a street level, on a level where it's not the big battle overhead, but what's happening down on the street.
Yeah, all the kingpins and
Yes.
lower mob level people trying to build their own empires and then rebuilding some of their own empires too.
Yeah, exactly. Because we have no idea what power shifted during the blip and things like that. Even though this takes place 2 years after Endgame, so there's a lot of changes going on. I'm very interested to see where we go with it.
Yeah, but we know that Ronan killed a lot of people
Yes, he did.
and annihilated a lot of the mob
Yes.
and things like that. But whenever they brought people back, who did they bring back? How many of the mobsters were back?
Right.
So it's very interesting.
Exactly. I'm interested to see which mafia people actually got it blipped.
Yep.
That may be a fun thing to follow into. But anyways, for me, I liked it better than I liked last week's episode, so I'm going to give it a 3 because last week was a 2.5. So I'm going to give this one a 3 just because I feel like we're heading in the right direction. I feel like we're getting some new characters. We're getting some depth that we didn't get in episode 1.
Yeah.
So, but that's really about all I got, man.
Yep.
So do us a favor, hit the like button,
Subscribe.
and leave some comments. Tell us on a scale of 1 to 5 where this episode and this series has fallen for you so far. Like we said, 2 episodes in, 4 more to go, 6 episodes total. A lot can change in 4 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Here's to hoping that it does.
Yeah.
But we love you guys. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye, guys.